get my shoes. Get my shoe. Touch up my shoe. Apollo, touch my shoe. There you go. Alright, you ready to go for a walk? Let's go. Come on. Let's go. One of the most frequently asked questions that I receive is what makes this program different than any other 12-step program, different than Al-Anon, Narconon, Celebrate Recovery. So the first thing I want to stress is that those programs have helped a lot of people, and I'm not going to knock them at all. If you found help through them, good for you. That's what it should be. But the problem I personally have with them, well, we'll have to look at history a little bit to understand this. All right, so back in 1890s, a group of New England pastors formed a group called the Oxford Group. They had an inpatient recovery for alcoholics, and after they completed that, they then lived in clean and sober houses. To this day, we still have Oxford homes. So the program worked really well until about 1920. A guy by the name of Bill W., actually Bill Wilson, but colloquially known as Bill W., came to it. He was an alcoholic. He found healing and recovery in the program, but he was an atheist and really did not appreciate the God stuff that the pastors, as pastors naturally would do, included in the program. So he took their program, didn't want to be assigned as stealing it, so he broke the 8 steps into 12 steps and wrote God out of the program and rebranded as Alcoholics Anonymous, or AA. Fast forward another 10 to 15 years, his wife Lois W. decides this would be a great program for the wives to attend. So without making any other changes, she shoehorned in the wives as, and rebranded AA as Al-Anon. This became the genesis for every other 12-step program. Fast forward again, we see a guy named Baker who really found AA very helpful, but wanted to be able to worship Jesus Christ. So he recreates the AA 12-step back into Christian concepts using the Beatitudes and Sermon on the Mount. So that's where it all comes. But do you see the problem? Every step of the way, the spouses, the children, the parents, the siblings are shoehorned into the same program that the alcoholic or the addict goes through. Now, let me ask you a question. If me and you are walking this forest trail and I fall and break my leg, do you need to be put into a leg cast? If I trip and break my arm, do you need a cast? I don't think so. So the very idea that the family members need the same program that the alcoholic or addict needs, to me, is very counterintuitive. If I come down with COVID, you certainly don't need to be intubated if you don't come down with it, right? So it just doesn't make much sense that we would expect everyone to go through the same program that the alcoholic does. And to make it make sense, they come up with fancy terms like co-addict, codependent, co-whatever else, which are all very shaming terms, but it's based on the idea that you have to have the same program that your addicted loved one needs. But again, if I break my leg, they don't put you in a cast. So let's switch over and take a look at what makes this program for parents with addicted loved ones unique. Parents with addicted loved ones is different because where the other programs took what works for the addicted person and shoehorns in the parents and the family members, this program is built from the ground up to do the exact opposite. This program is built specifically on what we know scientifically works for the parents. What we know works to help the parents lead the children, siblings, and other family members through. There hasn't been a ton of studies done on how addiction affects the rest of the family members. What has been done focuses mostly on either the children of addicts or to some degree the siblings of addicts. Spouses can expect anywhere between sympathy and blame, and parents can expect almost total blame. But there have been some studies, and those are the programs that we use to build this program from. Those studies are the core of what it means to have a program for parents with addicted loved ones. So the difference in a nutshell is the 12-step programs shoehorn the family members in to a program that is set up for the addicted loved one. And for parents with addicted loved ones is built from the ground up to help you, the parent, deal with and lead the rest of your family through this addiction. That's the difference in a nutshell. Makes sense? Come on, buddy. Let's go.